What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, we're doing a playthrough of Crypt Crawler Quest, guys. This is my very own Mint 10 dungeon crawling game. I'm sure most of you guys are very familiar with Crypt Crawler. I just can't get enough of it, guys. I can't get enough of Crypt Crawler, so I gotta get another playthrough in, and I hope you guys are excited for it, man. If you like what you see in today's video and you want to see more, I have a playlist here on the channel full of other Crypt Crawler playthrough videos. There's also a tutorial video as well if you want to learn all the ins and outs of the game. And if you want to get your hands on the game, you can go down to the description of the video below, and there will be a link to both the base game here and the expansion Crypt Crawler Quest, as well as the playmat as well. I don't think there's going to be a link for the playmat down below, but you can search Crypt Crawler Quest playmat on the GameCrafter.com. and it should pop right up for you. So yeah, just be warned that if you do want to play with the expansion Crypt Crawler Quest, you're going to need the base game of Crypt Crawler in order to play it. So let's go ahead and set the tins off to the side, and we're going to get into this playthrough, guys. I'm going to do what I usually do and pick a random race and class. So let's get the cards laid out like so, and this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if I roll a 5 or a 6, we'll go ahead and re-roll, which is typically what happens. 6, see, I told you. Let's go ahead and roll that 5 real quick, guys. Another 6. Let's get that 5 real quick, though. Another 6. Just rolled 3 6s in a row. Uh-oh, am I using up all my luck that I'm going to need for this run? Okay, we rolled a 1. So we're going to be either a dark elf, which I'm pretty sure is what we were in the last playthrough, or a dwarf. So let's go ahead and set these others off to the side. If we get an odd number, we'll be the dark elf. If we get an even number, we'll be the dwarf. Okay, we got an even number. We're going to be the dwarf. Okay, good. I was kind of hoping that we wouldn't get the same character 2 playthroughs in a row. I'm fairly certain we were the dark elf last time, if my memory serves me well. But I got a goldfish memory. You guys know that. Okay, let's go ahead and put the class cards out. Same thing. This will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's see what we get. We roll a 2 this time. Nice. We got all the 6s out of the way. There we go. Hopefully we'll roll some 6s for damage during the game, though. If we roll an odd number, we'll be a thief. If we roll an even number, we're going to be a necro. I would like to be a necro. Give me an even number. Dang it, we rolled an odd number. You know what? That's okay, though. Either way, it's a win-win because the thief is my favorite class in the game. So we get to play as a dwarf thief. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and get our character's stats set up, guys. So we're going to have 14 HP as the dwarf. A little on the low side, but he makes up for it by the fact that he's got 4 armor class, so he is harder to hit. He's got 2 and 8 toughness, which is insanely good. The highest toughness of any character in the game. He's got 1 strength. He's got 2 speed. He is comically slow. He's got 7 stamina, so we'll set that up. He's got 7 fear threshold, so if we hit 7 on the fear track here, we lose the game. He starts with 1 food. There we go, little turkey leg. And he's got 2 gold jingling around in his pockets right there. Cool. He also starts with the candle starting gear. So let's go ahead and find the candle starting gear. There it is. The candle says, you may discard this card to lower your movement tracker by 3 steps. Very cool. So it can buy us a little bit of time. We can light our candle, gain some extra steps. As a thief, we get the blade and the cowl as our starting gear. So let's find the blade and the cowl. Here's the blade. The cowl should be here. Yes, right here. Okay, so we've got the blade. It does 1, 2, or 3 damage depending on our roll. And the cowl gives us 1 toughness, 1 armor class, and it has 2 durability, which is pretty insane considering that we already have 4 armor class. So now our armor class goes up to 5 while we have the cowl. And again, it's got 2 durability. So if it takes 2 hits, it's a gone pecan. But it's going to be really good while we have it because we're going to be very hard to hit with 5 armor class. The enemy is going to have only a 33% chance to actually hit us. Okay, I think everything else is set up and good to go. The last thing we need to do is shuffle up the dungeon deck. We're starting on level 1. We're going to play on the classic difficulty. That's what I've been doing lately. That's my favorite way. That's my preferred way to play the game, is just the classic base rules. If you want the game to be easier, you can play the novice difficulty. And if you want a harder challenge, you can play the masochist mode. And of course, those just change how many modifier cards the enemies get. They'll get 1 less. They'll basically get the dungeon level -1 if you play on novice, and they'll get the dungeon level +1 if you play on masochist mode. And of course, if you play on classic mode like we're doing here today, the enemies get modifier cards equal to the dungeon level. There we go. So we'll get that shuffled up, and this is going to be our first map right here for level 1. So we'll get it set up. We'll put the key down here in the key room. We're going to get our meeple, which I'm using the lantern, and we're going to put that on the stairs leading down into level 1. And here we go, guys. We got our 3 lucky coins set up and ready to go. We got all of our stats and everything set up and ready to go, and we are ready to head into the dungeons of Crypt Crawler Quest. Here we go, guys. So we're going to take one step here and head into this green circle room, and what do we got? There's a snake. There's also a shop. It's kind of early for a shop, but a snake is already set up for us, and you know what? We can get a soul fragment from it, so we may as well go ahead and try to knock this guy out. So the snake has got 6 speed. He's very quick. He's going to attack first. Now, as usual, the black die is the to hit die. The red die is the damage die. So the snake needs to roll 5 or higher on the black die in order to hit us. And he does, of course. Rolls a 2 for damage, so he's doing 1 damage to us, and it hits our cowl. I really don't want to lose the cowl this fast, guys. Let's go ahead and attack. We need a 3 or better. The armor class for the snake is 3. And we miss. We roll a 1. The snake needs a 5 or better. He rolls a 5, and he breaks our cowl. Guys, I guess this is how this is going to go. Dudes. There goes our armor class. Instantly gone, just like that. At least we didn't take any damage, I suppose. But that does kind of suck. Okay, we're going to retaliate. We need a 3 or better to hit. And there we go. We did hit him. Roll a 2 for damage. So we're dealing 1 + 1 is 2 damage. He's got no toughness and 5 health, so he goes down to 3. There we go. The snake is going to leap and attack. It tries to bite us. It misses this time. It needs 4 or better, and now it misses. Our armor class is lower, and now it misses. Go figure. After it chews up our cowl, we need a 3 or better to hit. We hit for maximum damage, guys. 3 + 1 is 4 damage, and the snake only has 3 health and no toughness, so he's dead. So we're going to gain 1 experience point. We're aiming to get 5 experience points to unlock our first skill of Pickpocket. We get 1 fragment here, no gold, and -1 poison. We don't have any poison, so we don't have to worry about it. So we're good to go there. So we took down the snake, and then there is a shop, and we're in a green room, and I don't think there's anything we're going to really want to buy. No, we don't want to buy any health potions because we're at full health. We don't have poison, and we're 1 gold short of being able to buy food. I would have bought the food if we had an extra gold, but we don't. So we're going to go ahead and set that there, and we can move on. Let's take a step, and we're going to go over. Ooh, where are we going to go? Hold on, let me see. Do I want to go? Ooh, where do I want to go? I think I'm actually going to go down into this green room. Yeah, let's go down into this green room. There is another snake. Ooh, there's a quest to be had in here. And there are some bats squeaking up above. I think I want to do this because I want the quest. So we're going to fight another snake, dude. Lots of snakes slithering around down here. He's very fast with 6 speed. He's going to attack first. He needs a 4 or better to hit. He misses with a 1. We need a 3 or better. We hit him, and we do 1 + 1 is 2 damage. He's got no toughness and 4 health, so he's going to drop down to 2. So he's halfway dead. Snake retaliates. He needs 4 or better to hit us. He completely misses. Good thing, because he would have poisoned us for 2. We need 3 or better to hit. We hit him, and we hit him for 3 damage, and we take down another snake. We're destroying all the snakes in here, guys. So we're going to get 1 experience point like so. We're going to get 1 soul fragment, no gold, and then -1 poison. But again, we don't have any poison, so we're good to go there. And then a swarm of bats, a swarm of squeaking bats rush toward you from the shadows above. Let's see how many there are. We roll a 5, so there are 2 bats. All right, so let's put this under here, and let's go ahead and snoop out the bats. There we go. So we're going to have 2 bats that we have to fight here. They're each going to get 1 modifier since we're on level 1. Okay, their speed is 8. Holy crap. They're going to attack first. They need a 4 or better to hit us. They miss. We also need a 4 or better. These guys are tough to hit as well. We miss. Snake Eyes. Bat's going to attack. It needs 4 or better. It misses. It rolled double 2s. We attack. We need 4 or better. We got it. We're going to hit it for 2 damage. It's got no toughness and 4 health, so we're going to put it down to 2 HP. The bat retaliates. It hits us this time for 1 damage, and we've got 2 toughness, so we block it. We are like... We're really tough, dude. The 2 toughness is actually insane. We're going to attack. We need 4 or better. We miss. The bat attacks. I don't even know if the bat can't even hurt us. Even if it does maximum damage, it can't hurt us because it didn't draw any any strength. But let's see. It attacks, it rolls snake eyes and misses. We need 4 better to hit. We hit and we deal 2 damage and we kill the bat. Very good. We gain 1 experience point. No fragments, no gold, and we get +2 health, but we're at maximum health at 14. Of course, your health can never go above what's printed on your race card. And then there is a second bat that comes squeaking down from the shadows. Let's see if this guy can get some strength. He does not, so he's not going to be able to hurt us. That's so funny, dude. The dwarf is really tough, dude. Is really tough, especially on level 1 when the enemies are getting only 1 modifier card. If they don't get any strength and can't hit you for more than 2 damage, you're just like this little tanky dwarf guy that just soaks up a bunch of damage. The bat has 8 speed. He's going to attack first. He does hit, but again, he does 1 damage, and we block it with our 2 toughness. We're tanking it up over here. We need 4 better to hit. We do it. We roll a 2 + 1 is 3 damage. He's got no toughness and only 2 health, so the bat is dead. We gain 1 XP, and we're just 1 experience point shy of unlocking Pickpocket. We get no soul fragments, no gold, and +2 health, but again, we're at full health. And then last but not least, guys, after taking down the bats, there's a quest available in this room. So let's go ahead and shuffle up the quest deck and see what we get here. We got Treasure Hunt. It says resolve the gem pond or stash. So we have to keep our eyes peeled for the gem pond and the stash. And we can earn either 5 gold, 1 rare loot, or 1 talisman. Let's go. Okay, cool. So that was that room. Let's go ahead and take a step, and we're going to move over into this yellow triangle room here. And what do we find? Another snake? What is happening, dude? This is crazy. And a blood altar, we have to do it. I always say that I love when the dungeons are really like thematic like this, like when you fight a bunch of little goblins or, you know, a bunch of rats or a bunch of snakes in this case. I think this is the first like snake dungeon that I've had. We're just running into like a snake pit right here in the front of the level 1 of the dungeon. This is really cool. Okay, so the snake has 6 speed. He attacks first. Pretty much everything attacks before we do. He misses. We need 3 or better to hit the snake. We hit him and we deal 2 damage. He's got no toughness and 5 health, so he goes down to 3 HP. The snake retaliates here. It needs a 4 or better, and it does manage to hit, and it does 2 + 1 is 3 damage. We block 2, and we take 1 damage right there. There we go. First blood on the old dwarf over here. We attack. We need a 3 or better. We hit, and we're dealing 1 + 1 is 2. That's going to put him down to 1. You know what? I'm not going to spend any stamina, I don't think. No, you know what? I will. I'm going to spend the 1 stamina, and we're just going to kill the snake. We're just going to kill him. We'll add the 1 damage. Okay, we're going to gain 1 experience point, and we're going to unlock Pickpocket. It's a passive skill. When you defeat an enemy, gain +1 gold. We're also going to gain 1 fragment. No gold. Again, I've mentioned this in other playthroughs before many times. Whenever you unlock Pickpocket or you unlock any skill, it goes into effect on subsequent combat, so you wouldn't gain the +1 gold right now from killing the snake. -1 poison, but we don't have any poison, so we're good to go there. And then there is a blood altar, so I'm going to sacrifice 1 HP, interact with the blood altar, and that's going to give the boss 1 less modifier card whenever we reach the boss at the end of the game. Nice. In between levels here, or in between rooms rather, I'm going to eat a food, and I'm going to gain my stamina right back, so we go back up to 7. Keep in mind, you can never go above the printed stamina value on your character card. Okay, let's take a step here and go down into this red diamond room to pick up the key. And we've got 2 food just chilling in there. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm going to pick up both of those. We're going to also scoop up the key, like so. And then I'm going to go, I want to go up here, so we have to take 2 steps to move 1, 2. There we go. And we're moving into a red diamond room. And we've got food and a shop. It's unfortunate that we haven't picked up any more gold, but I'm going to do this. So we're going to pick up the 1 food. We're going to go to the shop. And we're in a red room, so we have access to all of the shelves here. So I'm going to buy this +2 health potion for 2 gold on the yellow shelf and go back up to full health. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to take another step. Our lantern is getting a little dim. We're moving over into this green circle room. I've been very lucky with finding oil lately whenever I play Crypt Crawler. Let's see if that lucky streak holds up here. So we're in a green circle room. There's a goblin in here. There's also a well. We're looking for the gem pond or the stash, so not what we're looking for with the well. There's also a shrine. We're not going to be able to use it, but I want to fight the goblin and pick up his soul fragment. So let's go ahead and do that. You want to fight as many enemies as you can on level 1 early on while they're easier, while they're at their easiest. That way you can get, you know, some early soul fragments. Okay. He's got 4 speed. The goblin lunges in. He attacks. He needs a 4 or better. He misses. Good thing because he would have wailed on us. He rolled a 6 for damage. We need 3 to hit. We do hit him. We're dealing 1 + 1 is 2 damage. Minus his 1 toughness is 1 damage, and he goes down to 3 HP. This guy's going to be a little bit tougher. This is going to be the toughest enemy we've fought so far, believe it or not. A little goblin. He needs a 4 or better to hit. He does hit us. He rolls a 5 for damage, so he's doing 2 damage. But we block it all. He needs to roll a 6 in order to even damage us. He got unlucky not getting any strength. The dwarf is insanely good, guys. We need a 3 or better to hit him. We miss. The goblin attacks. He misses. We attack. We hit. We just destroyed the dungeon. There we go. So 6 to hit, 4 for damage. So 2 + 1 is 3 damage. Minus 1 is 2. That's going to put him down to 1. I'm not going to spend any stamina. I'm just going to use our toughness as a sponge, as a damage sponge. The goblin attacks. He hits. Same thing. He does 2 damage, but we soak it up with our 2 toughness. There we go. We need a 3 or better to hit. We hit him, and we do maximum damage. 3 + 1 is 4. Minus 1 toughness is 3 damage, and the goblin is dunzo, dudes. We gain 1 XP. We gain 1 soul fragment, go up to 4. We gain 1 gold. Plus, when you defeat an enemy, you gain +1 gold with our pickpocket skill, so we gain 2 gold. And then we get a loot pouch. So let's go ahead and roll on the loot pouch table. We rolled a 2, and we get a common loot. Let's roll the loot die. And we got a 6, and ooh, we get a mace, dude. Let's go. We get the mace. So we've got a new weapon now that we can replace our blade with. It does the same damage output, 1, 2, or 3. It's one-handed, but it has an ability that says when you inflict damage with this weapon, reduce the enemy's toughness by 1. So every time you hit the enemy, you'll reduce their toughness by 1. So in subsequent attacks, they'll take 1 extra damage. Okay, cool. And then there is a well. A cobblestone well is situated in the corner of the room. What could be down there? I don't know. Let's go ahead and peek. We rolled a 2, 1 gold. Nice. We're up to 3 gold, and there's a shrine in the room, but we're one fragment short of being able to interact with the shrine, unfortunately. Let's take another step, and we're moving down into this yellow triangle room where we've got a skeleton and a gold. I'm going to push my luck past this. I think this is the first time we're pushing our luck, and we pushed into an orc. Yikes. Okay. This could be good because if we take him out, we'll get some really good loot from him, including an uncommon loot. Okay, the orc has 2 speed, and if the enemy has equal to or higher than your speed, they attack first. So he does get to go first because we also have 2 speed. So the orc attacks. He needs 4 better to hit us. He misses. Thank goodness. He would have hit us for 6, or he would hit us for maximum damage, which in his case is 4 + 2, 6, 7. My goodness. We need a 3 or better to hit him. We hit him. We rolled double 6s, guys. Let's freaking go. So we're going to deal 3 + 1 is 4. Minus 2 is going to be 2 damage, and he's got 5 health. So you know what? I'm going to spend all 3 of the stamina to bump it up to 5 and just one-shot this guy. We're going to gain 3 XP and go up to 9 experience points. We need 11 to unlock our next skill of Kismet. We get 2 fragments, so we're going to go up to the maximum of 5 that we can hold. We get 2 gold plus 1 from pickpocket. We get 3 gold, so we go up from 3 up to 6. And then we get an uncommon loot. That went about as well as it could, guys. That was really, really good. Let's go ahead and roll. We did have to spend 3 stamina to do it, though, to be fair, but still. We roll a 12. Let's see what that is. Hopefully some kind of armor. Ooh, a scimitar. We're going to drop the mace. So long, mace. Hey, at least we got to bash the orc with it. The scimitar, it does 2, 2, and 3, and it increases your speed by 1, and it is a one-handed weapon. So let's put this in here. So very, very good for the dwarf, considering we have such low speed. So now we go up to 3 speed. There we go. And we're doing more damage now. So instead of 1, 2, and 3, we're doing 2, 2, and 3. Very good. Especially considering you roll a 1, 2, or a 3 50% of the time. So it basically doubled our damage output there. Cool. So we took down the orc. That was it. That was the only thing in the room. And that is the end of level 1, guys. So we're going to take a step out of the room with the key, or out of level 1 by unlocking the door and heading down to dungeon level 2. And we need to find oil pronto on level 2 of the dungeon because our lantern is about to burn out. So let's go ahead and set up the next map here. There we go. We'll have a key down here. We'll set up this way. Very similar sort of little layout. It is different, but very, very similar. Let me see. Was this the one that we had? Yeah, because the key was down here. Similar. Yeah, and then the stairs started up here. Yeah, it is different, but these rooms don't connect here. Yeah, it is different, but it is very similar. Yeah, and then it branches off over to this way. Yeah, very similar map. But then the types of rooms are different. But yeah, I noticed instantly like, oh, this looks very familiar. Okay, so we're moving down into level 2. We're gonna take our step into the level here, into a green circle room, and we've got a gold and a shop. Man, we're in a green room, so we're not gonna have access to the oil on that red shelf. Also, guys, I forgot to eat my food. So that's my bad. I forgot to eat my food. You know what? Now I do want to go to the shop. I'm going to pick up this gold. We're going to go to this shop. Yeah, that was totally my fault. Your food spoils between levels. I am so bad about remembering to do that in Crypt Crawler. Let's do 1, 2, 3 gold to buy the 2 food. Like so. And we're at full health. Okay, so we're good there. So in between dungeon cards here, I'm going to eat both food to gain 2 stamina and go up to 6. I should have done that with my food from the last level, but it is what it is. It's all good. Let's go ahead and take a step. Our footstep tracker is maxed out, guys, so my lantern burns out. It's been a while since this has happened, and we increase our fear by 1 as we move down into this yellow triangle room. Now, yellow triangle rooms do have a high instance of oil, so let's see if we could pull one here and get lucky. No, we found a zombie and a potential shrine, but there is a cave-in event. I think I'm going to go for it because I really want this shrine. So let's go ahead and find this zombie. There he is. Okay, we're on level 2, so he's going to have 2 modifier cards. Like so. He's got 4 speed, so even with our extra speed of 3, he's faster. He's a quick zombie. He needs 4 better to hit us. He rolls a 6 to hit, 5 for damage, so he's dealing 3. Plus 1 is 4 damage. Minus 2 is 2 damage, and we drop down to 12. We're going to retaliate with our scimitar. We need a 2 or better to hit, so anything but a 1, we hit him. We're doing 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. He's got no toughness and 4 health, and since he hits so hard, guys, I'm actually going to spend the 1 stamina to bump the damage up to 4 and one-shot the zombie. Let's take him down, and we're going to gain 1 XP. We're 1 away from unlocking Kismet. Really, really powerful skill. We gain no fragments. We get 1 gold plus 1 extra gold from our pickpocket skill. So we go up to 6. I've been really good about remembering that this game. And he's got a health, or I'm sorry, a loot pouch. My brain was stuck on health potion. He's got a loot pouch. Maybe we're about to get a health potion. We rolled a 4 just now. Oh my God, if we roll a 1, guys, I'm clairvoyant. A 2. It was so close. It was so close. We get a fear elixir. That's actually excellent. That's probably the best thing that we could have hoped for right now from the potion deck. Awesome. Okay, so we took down the zombie, and then the ground rumbles and debris rains from above. The ceiling is caving in. Anything but a 6, guys. And we get a 6. The shrine is destroyed. You can't make it up, dudes. You can't make it up. Why do I even say words? Anytime I say we need anything but something, the thing that we don't need, it just comes up like 99% of the time, it seems. Okay. Oh, well, it is what it is. That was the entire reason I went to that room, but it is what it is. Let's increase our fear by 1, like so, and we're going to take a step over into this yellow triangle room. Very unfortunate that the room caved in. There's a gold in here. Actually, there's not a gold. And did I screw up that last room? Where was it? Did I screw up the last room with the cave-in? No, I didn't. There's not a gold in here. Since we're in the dark, there's actually a ghost in here. So I think I'm going to push my luck into a warlock. Okay, and the stash. And hey, we're looking for the stash. So this is actually amazing. This could turn out really, really well, hopefully. The warlock is on the other side of the rat, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got 1 modifier here, and let's shuffle up the deck here. Nice. So we've gone 1 pass through the dungeon deck. We'll get this nice and shuffled up. There we go. And yeah, man, we really need to get some crystals because we're already like almost halfway through the 2nd level of the dungeon, and we don't have a single soul crystal. We do have the shards for it, or the fragments rather, but yeah, we just we need to find a shrine, a soul shrine. and preferably not have the room cave in on it and destroy it. Okay, so the Warlock is going to go first. He attacks. Oh, man, he does hit. He does 2 plus 2 strength is 4 damage, minus our 2 toughness is 2 damage, and we drop down to 10. We're going to retaliate with the scimitar, dude. The dwarf lunges at the Warlock. He swipes at him. We need a 3 or better. We hit him. Roll a 3 for damage, so 2 plus 1 is 3. He's got no toughness, and he's got 7 health, so he goes down to 4 HP. Like so. There we go. The Warlock retaliates, dude. Hopefully he does not burn us with his magic. He misses. He rolls a 2. We need a 3 to hit. We hit him, and we hit him for 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. And I'm going to spend 1 stamina to bump it up to 4 and take down the Warlock. Let's freaking go. We get 2 XP, so we go up to 12, and we unlock Kismet. It's an activated skill that says, once per dungeon level, when you roll for loot, you may increase or decrease your die roll by 1. So it essentially gives you access to 3 different pieces of loot instead of just whatever you roll, the one that you roll. Insanely good. You can do it once per dungeon level. We also gain 2 fragments, but we're maxed out. It sucks we lose out on those 2 fragments. We gain 1 gold plus 1 from pickpocket, so we go up to 8 gold. And he's got a loot chest, our first loot chest of the adventure. Those are pretty rare. We rolled a 4, so we're going to get a potion. And let's see what we get. We rolled a 5. Is that on the other side of this? It sure is. So I'm going to immediately drink my fear elixir. You may discard this card to reduce your fear by 2, which we just did. And then we're going to flip it and scoop up the strength potion, which is the number 5 potion that we just rolled. It says you may discard this card to increase your strength by 1 until the end of a battle. So we'll go ahead and hang on to that as well. And then you discover an unlocked chest buried just beneath the surface of the ground. Let's go ahead and see what's in there. Do we crack it open? And a common loot is inside. And what do we get? We got 16. I think that's a cloak. Yeah, it's the cloak. Dude, let's go. Okay. Sick. That's amazing. So this basically does what the cowl does. It's the exact same thing, actually. It's got 1 toughness, 1 armor class, and 2 durability. Nice. We'll put that like so. And we've got our 5 armor class again, ready for the first enemy we fight to completely shred through our cloak and put us back down to 4. Nice. Also, resolve the gem ponder stash. We just did. So let's go ahead and roll for the treasure hunt quest. And we rolled a 4, and we get a rare loot. Let's go, dudes. What do we get? A 9. Okay, let's see what is 9 in the rare loot. It's always exciting to see. Elven bow. Oh, baby. Okay, I'm going to drop the scimitar. We're going to drop the scimitar. We're going to scoop up the elven bow. It's 2-handed. It does 2, 4, or 4 damage, and it says ignore the enemy's toughness. Dude, that thing is insane. That thing is crazy, dude. I don't know if I've ever had this weapon before. Have I ever had this weapon, guys? I don't remember. Well, we got it now, dudes. Let's freaking go. We're about to shred everything. Orcs better watch out, dudes. We're coming for them. Dude, ignore the enemy's toughness. That's so freaking insane. Its damage output is a little lower than some of the other bows, but you don't have to roll a 6 or something to ignore the enemy's toughness. You just always ignore it. It's absolutely insane. Okay, cool. Let's take a step. We're still roaming around in the dark, which isn't great. We're going to go down to this red diamond room with the key. And what is guarding it? A loot chest. Ooh, there is a shrine in here. The room is haunted, but you know what? I don't care. We're going to go ahead and crack open this loot chest. We rolled a 2, and there's going to be +2 food in it. Okay, excellent. It's actually really, really good. And then a chill runs down your spine. You feel like you're being watched. Uh-oh. We roll a 1, and we gain +1 fear. Not great considering we're roaming around in the dark with no light, no oil in our lantern. And there is a shrine. So we can combine all 5 of our fragments and get our first soul crystal. I'm going to roll a d6. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we roll a 6, I'll go ahead and re-roll. And we roll a 3, and we're going to get the blue sapphire soul crystal. Nice. Okay. Cool, dudes. Let's continue on with the adventure. We're going to scoop up the key, and we're going to go 2 up this way. Oh, man. 1, 2. We need oil immediately, guys. We're in a red diamond room, or red diamond room. 1 ghost, because we're in the dark. I'm going to push my luck. Into rare loot. Okay. Okay. Come on, dude. I want to use our elven bow. I don't want to I don't want to die to fear. Rolled a 6. I think that's another weapon. I don't know if I'm going to want it or not. Let's see what that is. Oh, no, wait. A 6. That's one of the OG things. Is it the ring? It's the amulet. Once per dungeon level, before modifiers are added to an enemy when a battle begins, you may avoid combat with an enemy. That's insanely good. Let's go ahead and get that. Dude, cool, man. We got some cool rare loot over here, guys. Check this out. That is awesome. Okay. This is a cool little build. And that's what's so cool about Crypt Crawler also is that there's so much loot that the chances of you having the same build each time is so low. You know, it's going to be really uncommon for you to have all the same loot pieces, you know, in subsequent runs. Like it's cool. So each time it just feels so different. You get different little pieces that augment your character. Really, really cool. And then that's not it, guys. A golden angel idol rests atop a marble pedestal. You may offer it 3 gold to receive a blessing. I'm definitely going to do that. So we're going to go from 8 gold down to 5. And let me use some reverse psychology on the universe right here. I want anything but a 6. Anything but a 6. A 5. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Plus 3 HP, negative 2 fear. So we go from 10 up to 13, and then we go from 4 fear down to 2. Amazing. That bought us a little bit of time. That undid the 2 fear that we just gained from moving those 2 rooms right there. So we're going to go ahead and gain another fear. Remember, if we hit 7, because we've got 7 fear threshold, we lose the game. We're going to go over here into this green circle room. Can we please find oil? We haven't found any oil at all this entire run. There's a hag, a food, and, oh, also, by the way, this needs to get put back into the quest deck. There's a hag of food and an anvil that I'm not really that worried about. I'm going to push my luck. We need oil, guys. Into a bat because we're in the dark. So there's going to be a bat flying around in here. Let's see where the bat is. Here he is. There we go. There's also the bats events. We're about to fight a lot of bats. There's also a quest in here. This bat is very fast. He's got 7 speed. He attacks first. He needs a 5 or better. And what did I tell you guys? He rolls a 5. Of course he does. Of course he does. Maximum damage. So 2. So he's going to hit our cloak. We block 1 on that. And then we've got 2 toughness over here. So we don't take any damage. But I told you guys, the cloak's just going to get shredded up. And bats usually rip up your armor. We need 4 or better to hit it. We did hit it. We rolled a 4 for damage, so we're dealing 4 damage. We're ignoring its toughness. It doesn't have any toughness anyway, and it's got 4 health, and we did 4 damage, so it's dead. So we gain 1 experience point, no fragments. We do gain 1 gold because of pickpocket, and plus 2 health, so we go up to 14, like so. Cool, and then a swarm of squeaking bats rush toward you from the shadows above. So there are going to be more bats. Let's see how many come squeaking down. We rolled a 4. 2 bats. Okay, so we got to do this 2 more times. It's good, though. We're going to get a couple more XP to work up toward our final skill of Pilfer that we need 18 experience points for, and we're at 13 currently. The bat has 8 speed. He attacks first. He needs a 5 or better. He actually misses. He would have hit us if it wasn't for the cloak. So the cloak actually did come in handy at least once. We need a 4 better to hit. We miss. The bat needs 5 or better. He misses. He would have hit us again right there if not for the cloak. Okay, the cloak did work, dude. Even if the cloak breaks, the cloak has already, you know, helped us a little bit. To be fair, he's probably not going to do that much damage to us, though, the bat. He misses. He rolled a 1. We need a 4 or better. We miss. We're just whiffing back and forth. Somebody's got to hit eventually. The bat attacks. He misses. He would have hit us so many times if it wasn't for the cloak. He keeps rolling 4s. We miss. The bat attacks. It misses. I think this is the longest back and forth I've ever had in the game. We need a 4. We hit him. There we go. 4 damage. And he's only got 2 health, and he is dead. The bat is dead. So we gain 1 XP. We gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill, and we gain plus 2 health, but we're already maxed out at 14. And then there is 1 more bat that comes squeaking down from the shadows above. He's got 7 speed. He needs a 5 or better to hit us. He rolls double 6s. So he breaks the cloak, but he only does 2 damage. He doesn't have any strength. So we soak up the rest of the damage with our 2 toughness. So we actually don't take any damage. And once again, this bat is not going to be able to deal any damage to us because it didn't get any extra strength. And it can only do a maximum of 2 damage. And we've got 2 toughness. We've got 2 innate toughness. So it can't even hurt us. So this is just going to be an exercise in patience of until we actually kill this damn thing. So we need 4 or better to hit it. We missed. The bat attacks. It misses. We attack. We need 4 better to hit. We hit it. We deal 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. It's got no toughness, and it's going to put it down to 1. I'm not going to spend the stamina, even though I'm tempted to just finish it off, but there's no point because it can't hurt us. We should use our toughness as a resource here. It does hit us. Rolls 1 for damage. Does 1 damage. We blocked the 2 with the 2 toughness. We attack. We need 4 better. We miss. The bat attacks. It hits. It does 1 damage. We tank it. We just shrug it right off. We miss. The 4 armor class for the bat is pretty brutal. It hits us again. We shrug it off again. The dwarf is just like swatting at the bat. We miss. The bat swoops in again. It misses. We just need a 4 or better, guys. We got a 50-50 shot right here. We keep failing. The bat attacks. It hits us for 2, but we tank it all. Dude, it's a good thing the dwarf is tanky, man, because this bat would actually be ripping us to shreds right now otherwise. We miss. The bat attacks. He hits us again for 1, but we tank it. There we go. We hit him. 4 plus 1 is 5. He's dead. We could have just skipped straight to that, but I wanted it to be legit. You know what I mean? I wanted to actually roll it. It took a minute, but we got there in the end. We gain 1 experience point, so we go up to 15. We gain 1 gold from pickpocket. We're up to 8 gold. Our gold pouch is almost filled up, and we gain plus 2 health, but we're at full health. And then there is a random quest in the room as well. So let's see what we get here. Ransack. Resolve the campsite or the hag's hut. Okay, so we've got another quest where we're keeping our eyes peeled for a particular event, a particular location. Okay, let's take another step. We're up to 4 fear. Not looking great, guys. We need oil. A food? No, it's not even a food, actually. It's a banshee because we're in the dark. Speaking of food, I got to remember to eat my food before we leave the level. Please remind me to do that, guys. I mean, we got to push our luck, guys. I can't fight a banshee because a banshee could do fear. Let me see what a banshee is. What a banshee is. What a banshee is. Where is the damn thing? What? There it is. Yeah. It can do fear damage. Yeah, no. We don't want to fight that. Come on, push into oil right here. Bam. Dude, when you're in the dark, normally it's 1 hag, but when you're in the dark, 1 oil. Let's go. Boom. Hell yes, dude. Okay. We find oil and we get to fill up our lantern. Amazing. So lucky. Also, there is a gem pond. There's a still pond filled with colorful magic gems. You may spend 1 stamina to mine a gem. It could give us plus 2 HP, which we don't need, -2 poison, which we don't need, or -2 fear, which would be great, but we'd have to roll a 6 in order to do it, and I don't think I'm willing to sacrifice a stamina for a 1 in 6 chance. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and skip that, and it says that you may spend 1 stamina, so we don't have to do it. Then there's also a shop, and we're in a green circle room, so we have access to the bottom shelf. So I'm going to spend 3 gold, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to get the 2 food from this bottom shelf. And before we leave the level, I'm going to eat all 4 food, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh, and actually we'll have 1 food left over, but it's just going to spoil between levels here. So let's go ahead and take a step. We're going to go down to level 3. Yeah, and then our 1 leftover food will spoil, but we're at full health and full stamina, so we couldn't eat it. Okay, so then we'll discard this, and we're going down to level 3 with 1 soul crystal to our name right now, guys. Ooh, this is a much smaller map right here. I think the last couple that we had were 8-room maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. This one is a 6-room map, so a bit smaller. We're going to start up here on the stairs. We're on level 3, and let's take a step. But thankfully, guys, we saved the run by pushing into that oil in the dark. That was really, really good. Let's go into this green circle room. That was fun. It's been a while since I've roamed around in the dark, and I've missed that tension because it's such a cool part of the game, but I've just gotten extremely lucky on all my recent playthroughs where I find oil like multiple times during the run, and I'm like never running out of oil, so it felt good. It kind of harkened back to the early days of Crypt Crawler, where you'd run out of oil pretty frequently. But yeah, I went on a lucky streak there. So the lucky streak is broken. But again, it felt good. It felt good to have some added tension there. And we're still up to 4 fear, so 3 more, and we would technically lose the game. So there's a spider in here. Spider. I'm going to push my luck past this spider into An orc. Ooh, okay. This is going to be a level 3 orc. Now, I've got an elven bow, so I don't give a crap what his toughness is going to be, but I am worried about his strength. Oh, he got none of it. He didn't get any extra strength. He did get plus 5 health, though. So this orc has 10 HP, dude. He's got 10 health. Yikes. He's also got 3 speed. Also, by the way, we lost this extra speed. I should have taken that off earlier when we got rid of the scimitar, because that was giving us the extra speed. Now we get the elven bow. So the orc attacks first. He needs a 4 or better to hit us. He immediately hits us, guys. He's not messing around. He does 2 plus 2 is 4 damage, minus our 2 toughness is 2, and we go down to 12. We're going to retaliate. We need a 3 or better. We're attacking with the elven bow, of course. And we hit him. We rolled a 4 for damage. So 4 plus 1 is 5. We ignore his toughness, and we put him down to 5. Nice. One shot, half of his health right there. The orc retaliates. He hits the crap out of us. 3 plus 2 is 5. Minus our 2 toughness is 3. And we go from 12 down to 9. Like so. We need a 3 or better. Let's notch another arrow. We shoot. We completely miss with snake eyes. The orc leaps in as we completely whiff. He also whiffs. We retaliate again, Legolas style. Ooh, we do hit him. 2 plus 1 is 3 damage, and I'm going to spend 2 stamina to bump it up to 5, and again, we ignore the enemy's toughness, and we take them down. Let's go. So we're going to gain 3 experience points and go from 15 up to 18, and we unlock our final skill, Pilfer. It's an activated skill that says, you may take 1 item for free from any shelf while at a shop. So we want to keep our eyes peeled for the little coin shop icons, guys, because that is insanely good. We get 2 soul fragments, also insanely good. We get 2 gold plus 1 from pickpocket, so we go from 5 up to 8 gold, and we get an uncommon loot, and we can keep in mind that we can use our Kismet skill if we want to here. So let's see what we get first. 16. We're good at rolling that. We rolled a 16. So that's Gothic Plate. So if we wanted to use Kismet, once per dungeon level, when you roll for loot, you may increase or decrease your dice roll by 1. So if we reduced it to 15, we could get the Wizard's Hat, or if we increased it to 17, we could get Mage Plate. Oh, man. Okay, I'm not going to go for Wizard's Hat. It's either between Gothic Plate or Mage Plate. So Gothic Plate will give us 2 toughness, whereas Mage Plate will give us 1. Gothic Plate also gives us 1 armor class, whereas Mage Plate gives you none. Gothic Plate has 3 durability. Mage Plate has 4. And Gothic Plate doesn't have any ability necessarily, but Mage Plate says that when an enemy inflicts damage to you and reduces the durability of this armor, gain 1 stamina. Oh, man. I think I like the stamina gain for the damage output specifically for the dwarf. Just because he's already got such a high toughness, I feel like the extra toughness and armor class from the Gothic Plate is probably better on a character that's a little weaker. And the Mage Plate I feel like might be better on the dwarf, considering, like I said, he's already got a good toughness, innate toughness, and he's got a pretty low stamina. He's on the very low end of the stamina spectrum here, so I think I want to go for Mage Plate so that way we can gain some stamina whenever this armor takes damage. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and use Kismet, and we're going to bump the 16 up to a 17. Again, we can do that once per dungeon level, so we can't do that anymore for this dungeon level. And just to remind me, I'm going to take one of these dice, and I'm just going to set it right there in Kismet to show that I've already used it. So, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Mage Plate like so. Amazing. Nice. Let's put this over this way, and this guy is going to get 4 durability. There we go. Also, I love the durability mechanic in this game. I think it's really, really neat. I really like it. I like how it feels like your gear, and I've mentioned this in other playthroughs too. I just like how it makes the gear feel, I don't know, it feels more special because like you're not going to be able to keep it forever. So you really cherish it while you have it. It's really cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and, oh, wait. That was, wait, what was that for, guys? Uh-oh, I'm all discombobulated now. Did we do the altar? No, because we did the altar earlier. That was just rolling for the loot. Yeah, that was just rolling for the loot, man. We went on this whole loot excursion right there. There's also an altar in the room. Small altar surrounded by lotus petals sits in the center of the room. Kneel and say a prayer. Okay, yeah, no, we haven't done this yet. We had the golden idol in the other room when we got that rare loot. The amulet, I believe it was. So let's go ahead and kneel and say a prayer and see what we get. And we rolled a 6. Let's go, dude. Plus 3 HP. -2 fear. So we go from 9 up to 12, and then -2 fear, and we go from 4 down to 2. Amazing. We got really lucky right there. There's also a shrine in the room, but we only have 2 fragments, so not enough to get a second soul crystal just yet. Let's take a step. We're going to go over here into this red diamond room. And we got the last card in the deck. A giant ooze, and there's also a soul or a blood altar. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think what I'm going to do is get this little Ziggy hair out of here first. If I could get it. There we go. I think I'm actually going to use the amulet here because I don't want to get poisoned. Because, again, having such a low stamina, your poison is going to start at your max stamina of 7. So it's easier for lower stamina characters to die to poison. They're not as resilient to poison. So I'm actually going to use the amulet. Once per dungeon level, before modifiers are added to an enemy, when a battle begins, you may avoid combat with an enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and use the amulet to avoid combat with the giant ooze. And we're just going to go straight to sacrificing 1 HP at the blood altar and bumping this up to a 2. So now the boss will have 2 less modifier cards at the end. Cool, let's go ahead and shuffle up the deck. I feel like that's a pretty good use of the amulet. Trying to think if there's anything else I'd want to use it against. Obviously, if we push into like a demon or a troll or something like that, would probably be preferable to use it against them. But again, you never know because they do drop rare loot. So, but honestly, once I get like a rare loot weapon, I'm not sure if it's really worth the risk fighting against an enemy like a troll or a demon that drops a rare loot, because chances are you're probably just going to roll into another weapon. You know what? That's actually something that we could take a peek at right now. Let's see, guys. How many rare weapons are there? I don't know off the top of my head. Even though I know I created the game, I don't know off the top of my head. I play a lot of games. We got the Claymores, that's 1. The Warhammer is 2. Crimson Blade is 3. Frostblade 4. Ebony Blade's 5. Blade of Arbex is 6. We got Juice's Justice, that's 7. And then we've got the Elven Bow is 8. And the Taverna Blade, or the Taverna Sword, which is 9. Okay, so 9 of the 20 rare loot are weapons. So yeah, nearly half of them are weapons. So if you've already got a weapon, chances are you got about, you know, a little less than a 50% chance to get another weapon. So I guess technically the odds are in your favor that you wouldn't get a weapon. So maybe it is worth it. I don't know. Either way, I didn't want to get poisoned, so I felt like it was a good idea to just amulet against the ooze. So let's go ahead and take another step, and we're going to go over into this green circle room with the key and see what we get. There's a goblin in there. Yeah, we do need fragments, so we should probably go ahead and do it. So this guy's going to have 3 modifiers. The enemies are going to start getting really gnarly, guys, especially once we get down to level 4. Yeah, it starts getting super tough. You want to get to the boss ASAP. I feel like preferably you want to get there like end of level 3-ish, you know what I mean? But sometimes it plays out where you got to go all the way through level 4, even level 5. Okay, the goblin attacks first. He's faster than us with 3 speed. He needs 4 better. He does hit. He rolls a 4 for damage, so 2 plus his 2 extra strength is 4. We're going to block 1 here and go down to 3. And whenever an enemy inflicts damage to you and reduces the durability of this armor, you gain 1 stamina, so it's already paying off. I did 4 damage, so we block 1 plus 2 more, and then he's got 1 damage left over, so we go down to 10. See, like already, we're fighting a goblin, and he got through our mage plate and our insane 2 toughness and still dealt the damage to us. Let's go ahead and attack. We need 3 or better to hit, and we hit. And we're dealing 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. We get to ignore toughness, and that's going to put him down to 2. And you know what? I'm actually just going to spend the 2 stamina and 1-shot him and kill him. This bow is insane. Getting to ignore their toughness is insane, guys. So we're going to do, again, it does a little bit less damage than maybe some of the, you know, the swords, like the big swords and stuff like that. It also is 2-handed, but still, getting to ignore toughness, it's kind of like adding on that extra damage. It really makes up for it. Unless if you're fighting against enemies that don't have any toughness, you know, then it's a little bit skewed, but still an insanely strong weapon. So we're going to get 1 experience point. Not that they matter anymore at this point. We're going to get 1 fragment, 1 gold plus 1 more gold from pickpocket, and a loot pouch. Also, I will say too, if you guys have watched the update video for the next Crypt Crawler expansion, the Forgotten Forest, it's going to include new boss loot cards. So whenever you defeat a boss, it'll drop a boss loot, and all of the boss loot uses experience points in order to trigger the ability. So it'll say something like, spend 6 experience points to do such and such, deal 3 damage, or, or whatever it is. I'm just making it off the top of my head. But so your experience points will actually get spent to pay for the abilities that the boss loot has. You'll still keep all your skills, even if you drop below the experience point, value for the skill. Once you unlock the skill, you have it. But it'll make it to where gaining XP will still be useful because it'll fuel the ability on your boss loot. So currently in the game, when I say, it doesn't matter if we gain more experience, that is true. But come, some point in the near future here, when the expansion drops, your XP will matter. If you keep gaining XP, because again, you'll be able to spend it to trigger your boss abilities, your boss loot abilities. So let's go ahead and roll for this loot pouch. We rolled a 6 and we get oil. There we go, guys. Okay, everything's back to normal. We're getting numerous oil canisters here. Nice. And I believe that was it. Yeah, it was just that one little goblin dude in the room, all by his lonesome, guarding the key. We scoop up the key and we're going to take a step and head down into this yellow triangle room. And there's oil. Dude, okay, yep. Now we're back to the Crypt Crawler I've been playing for the past few weeks here. I'm going to gain the oil. I mean, why not? We'll take another step and go into this green circle room. I don't want to push into like a demon or something. We've got a rat, a food, and a shop, and we're definitely going to go to it because we can pilfer. So let's get this little rat dude out. He's going to have 3 modifier cards. Like so. Okay, he's got 8 speed. He attacks first, and he completely misses with a 1. We need a 2 or better. Anything but a 1, and we actually got it. 2 damage plus 1 is 3. He's got 6 health, so he's going to go down to 3. He's got no toughness, but we would ignore it anyway. He attacks. He needs a 4 or better to hit us, and he misses with a 3. We need anything but a 1 to hit, and we hit him, and we deal 2 plus 1 is 3 damage, and he is donezo. We gain 1 XP, so we're maxed out at 20. We gain 1 fragment. We're at 4. We're just 1 short of being able to get another crystal at a shrine. We gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill, but we're maxed out at 10. And the rat drops a loot pouch that contains a common loot, and it is, give me a 2. A 10. That's not quite a 2. That's 5 2s. That is a dagger, and we definitely don't want it. You know what would be actually really fun? Maybe we'll do a run. I feel like somebody might have recommended this actually at some point, and I just forgot about it. But I think it would be really cool if we did a run where, yeah, I'm almost positive somebody recommended this. And anyway, it'd be cool if we did a run where every time we get loot, we have to pick it up. So like just then, I would have had to pick up the dagger and replace the elven bow with it. We're not going to do that for this run, but that would be fun to do in another run. I might even, I might do that soon because that sounds really fun. That sounds super fun. I'm excited about that. Okay. But anyway, we're going to stick with the elven bow for right now. Okay, cool. And there's also a food in the room, so let's scoop that up. And there's a shop in the room as well. And again, we're in a green circle room. So I'm going to spend 1 gold to get 1 HP from the 1 HP potion. We don't have any poison on us, so we don't need to get the poison antidote. Pretty cool. We haven't gotten any poison on us this game. We've been able to avoid that, especially with the amulet, avoiding that giant ooze from earlier. And then I could buy some more food, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to spend 3 gold to go down to 6 and buy 2 more foods. We're at 3 food. And that is... Oh, and also, guys, while we're at a shop, we can use Pilfer, and you can take 1 item for free from any shelf while at a shop. I'm going to go ahead and take the soul fragment from up there, dude. So that's basically 5 gold worth of fragment right there. Nice. And then I'm going to eat all 3 of my food to gain 1, 2, 3 stamina back and go up to 7. Nice. Let's take a step. Go over into this yellow triangle room. Dude, the dwarf thief is killing it right now. We've got a zombie in here. I'm going to push my luck and hope for a shrine. We didn't find one. We did find an ooze, though. Uh-oh. Our streak of not getting poisoned might come to an end here. And yeah, it's got 4 speed. It's going to get to attack first, and it does all poison damage. It needs a 4 or better. And it rolls a 6, and it does 2 poison plus 2 physical damage. So we're going to block 1 of that physical damage here on our mage plate. It would increase our stamina by 1, but we're maxed out at 7. I probably should have healed one with one of those food and left that open for this, but I wasn't paying attention. We also blocked the 1 extra damage that's left over with our 2 innate toughness, and then we take 2 poison, and oof, that eats right into that stamina that we just got back. Yikes. We need anything but a 1 in order to hit, and we rolled a 1. Wouldn't you know it? We would have done max damage had we not. It needs 4 or better. It hits us again, once again, for 2 more poison and 2 more physical damage, so we're going to block 1 here. Our stamina can't increase above our poison. We block the other damage with a 2 innate toughness. And then it does 2 more poison to us, guys. Oh my god. We went from having no poison all game to we're literally about to die to poison. We need anything but a 1. We hit him. 4 plus 1 is 5. And he's got exactly 5 health and no toughness. So it wouldn't matter anyway with the Elven Bow because we ignore it. And we kill him. We gain 1 fragment, but we're maxed out. We gain 2 gold. 1 from the ooze. 1 from our pickpocket skill. And then we get a common loot. Give me a 2. I want that skull cap. 11. What is that? It's right past the dagger. A short bow. We're going to stick with the elven bow. Again, if we're playing that challenge mode, we would have swapped out the dagger for the short bow right there, which would have been a really nice upgrade, actually. Cool. Okay, so we took out the ooze, and that was it for that room. That was brutal, guys. We got 4 poison on us right there. We're going to go ahead and take a step and unlock the door with the key. And we're going to head down to dungeon level 4 with a single soul crystal. Oh my god, dude. We need some luck on our side here, guys. Big time. Let's take a step. We're going to go into this green circle room. And what do we got here, dudes? We got a snake up in here. And a shop, though. In a shop, I could take that oil for free. That's pretty damn good. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. That is hard to pass up. Free oil can, dude? Yes, please. We're on level 4. My god, dude. This guy has so many modifiers. We'll be shuffling the deck a little more frequently here down on level 4. Gotta keep in mind, too, we still have our candle left as well. You know what? I could have used that earlier. When I was roaming around the dark, you guys were probably like, use your freaking candle. I wasn't even thinking about it. It panned out, though, guys. It actually worked out. It panned out. Okay, and we still have the candle in case we really need it, so all is not lost. The snake has 6 speed. He's going to attack first. He needs a 4 or better. He misses with a 3. We need a 3 or better to hit the snake. We hit him. For 4 plus 1 is 5 damage, and he's got 7 health. You know what? Screw it. I'm spending 2 stamina and hitting him for 7, and he's dead. So we're going to gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill, and then we get -1 poison from the snake, which is a fantastic little bonus right there. And then also, guys, there is a shop here, and we're already on the shop card. We're in a green room, so I'm going to spend 1 gold to gain 1 health with the +1 health potion. I'm going to spend 2 gold to get that poison antidote and remove 1 poison. And I'm going to spend 3 gold and go from 6 down to 3 to get 2 food. And then in between dungeon cards, I'm going to eat both food to gain 2 stamina and go up to 3 stamina like so. Nice. Okay. Let's take a step over into this green circle room. And we need a shrine, and we've got one, guys. A rat, a food, and a shrine. We're definitely doing it. A rat. Dirty rat. So he's got 2 modifiers right there. And once we get our soul crystal from the shrine, we need to get 5 more fragments. So we're going to have to do quite a lot of fighting. I almost want to fight like a troll or a demon because they drop 3 fragments each. So yeah, that would actually be insanely good for us. Okay, I'll get these nice and shuffled up. There we go. I want to get some new card sleeves for these. These are kind of getting worn out. I've played with these so much. Okay. It's mainly because they're wide and the sides are getting like curled and stuff. Okay, there we go. The rat is going to attack first. He's got 5 speed. He needs a 4 better. He hits us. He does 1. Plus 1 damage is 2. That's going to break our mage plate. We gain 1 stamina from it, and then we block the other 1 damage with our dwarf's innate toughness. The mage plate was definitely really, really good. That was a great pickup. Definitely served its purpose and increased our stamina a couple times, so that's good. Not as much as what we would have wanted, but it's still good. Still better than not having it. And I think that worked out better than the Gothic plate. Okay, cool. So it's now our turn to retaliate. We need a 2 or better to hit. We hit. We roll a 4 for damage, so 4 plus 1 is 5. We get to ignore his toughness, and he's got 6 HP. And you know what, guys? Screw it. I'm going to spend... Ooh, am I going to spend 1? No, I'm going to use my health as a resource. I'm not going to be greedy. We're going to put him down to 1. I'm not going to be impatient. Let's just wait here. He's going to attack. He needs 4 better to hit. He does hit. He does 2 plus 1 is 3. Minus 2 is 1. Okay, he did get a lick in on us. We go down to 11. We need a 2 or better to hit. We hit him for max damage. 4 plus 1 is 5. He's only got 1 HP. He's dead. We're going to gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill. So we go up to 4. And then we're going to gain a loot pouch. And the loot pouch contains oil. Let's go. Well, crap, dude. Okay, that's really good. That's really lucky. Also, guys, the whole reason I went to that other shop a little while ago was to use Pilfer and take the oil for free, and I forgot to do it. I'm a scatterbrain. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to also snag a gold off the ground, and there is a shrine. So we're going to combine all 5 fragments, and we're going to get a crystal 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if we roll a 5 or 6, we'll go ahead and re-roll. We rolled a 3, so we're going to get the Amethyst Soul Crystal. And hey, guys, we're going to be fighting a new boss. Once again, we've been getting pretty fortunate with that. Nice. We got a red, gold, green over here, dude. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this here. And let's move on. We're getting close, guys. We're in the home stretch. We're going to go to this yellow triangle room. What do we got? Oil. I'm actually going to push my luck into oil. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. It's meant to be. Darkness envelops the room. A glowing apparition appears before your eyes, ready for battle. 6, a ghost. Okay, there is a ghost in the room. Not great, honestly. If I'm being honest, guys. Honestly, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's go ahead and grab 4 of these. And let's see what we've got here. We've got a nasty, gnarly ghost, dude. He's got 9 speed. It's a 9-speed ghost. He needs 4 better to hit, guys. He does it. 1 fear plus 3 damage. So we block 2 and take 1. And we're going to take 1 fear. Also, we have our amulet back. I probably should have used that just now. That would have been good. I'm going to go ahead and retaliate. We need a 3 or better to hit. And we miss. I am going to spend a lucky coin to re-roll. And we got it. And we roll a 4 for damage. So 4 plus 1 is 5 damage. And he's got 7 HP. And I'm going to spend 2 stamina to bump that up to 7. And of course, we ignore his 1 toughness with the Elven Bow. So he's dead. So we're going to gain 2 fragments. Amazing. We're going to gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill. And it's got a loot chest for us to crack open. And it contains an uncommon loot. We could use Kismet because that was for level 3 that we used it. We roll a 10 for the uncommon loot. I think it's some kind of a weapon. We got a crossbow. We could either get a wand. We can get a scepter. No, I want to keep the Elven Bow. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep the Elven Bow. Some armor would have been fantastic right there, but it didn't pan out. There's also a quest to be gained. So we'll give this a little shuffle. And glutton. Accumulate 5 food. Okay, so I got to try to remember that. Every time we accumulate a food, we'll increase this number by 1. Cool. That is it for that card. We took down the ghost. That was cool, man. We're getting to fight a whole host of different enemies in this run. This is really fun. This is a really, really good one. Especially, too, because our lantern ran out earlier, which was cool. Let's head down into this red triangle, or red diamond room, rather. And we've got an ooze, a rat, and a shrine. I don't want to get more poison. I'm actually going to push my luck. Into a rat, a food, and a shop. Okay, this is actually a little bit better. I like this. So we got a rat here, and that food is going to count toward our gluttony quest. Okay, we've got a rat. Also, there's a shop. We could buy food there. That's also going to count toward the gluttony quest. There we go. Ziggy, what you doing down there, bro? All right, so the rat is super fast. He's got 8 speed. He's going to attack first, and he misses with a 1. We need a 2 or better. And I rolled snake eyes. If you add them together, it's 2. Does that count for anything? Okay, and the rat is going to attack. Unfortunately, it does not. He misses. He needs 4 or better. We need 2 or better, guys. Right here, dudes. Let's go. Roll a 6. 2 for damage, so 2 plus 1 is 3. And this rat has 7 health, so he goes down to 4. Like so. The rat retaliates, dude. What does he get? He rolls a 2, he misses. We need anything but a 1, guys, right here. A 1, but 2 1s. You can't make it up. The rat hits. He does 2 plus 1 is 3 damage, minus 2 is 1, and we drop down to 9. I think that's as low as we've gone so far. We need a 2 or better. We do hit him, and for max damage, 4 plus 1 is 5. And we take down the rat. We're going to gain 1 fragment. We're going to gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill. And he drops a loot pouch, which contains, hopefully, some food. 1 gold. We'll take it. We'll take it. We also get to snag a food off the ground. So that's going to add 1 to our glutton quest. And there is a shop. And I am going to take, because we could take anything for free with our pilfer skill. I'm going to take a soul fragment and go up to 4. I'm also going to spend 3 gold and go from 8 down to 5 and buy the 2 food down here on the shelf. So that's going to go up to 3 for our glutton quest. I am going to spend 2 to get rid of a poison here. So we've only got 1 poison. And then I'm going to spend 3 gold, our final 3 gold, to buy yeah, we're in a red room, so we could buy anything. The plus 3 health potion off the top shelf and go from 9 back up to 12. We're doing a pretty good job at keeping our health fairly high here. Nice. That was an amazing shop. I love being a thief. It's really fun. Super, super fun. Just it feels so different than the other classes. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's to be fair, all the classes feel really, really different. Let's go over here. Also, we get to pick up this key, and we're moving into a yellow triangle room. Let's see if we could do this before we get down to level 5, guys. I don't know. A spider and an ooze. I'm gonna push my luck into a common loot. Okay. Give me a 4. 16. Dude, is this die weighted? Roll 16 constantly. A cloak? I will take that. That is actually incredible. Yes, I will definitely take that. So we gain a toughness, we gain an armor class, we go up to 5, and it's got 2 durability. There we go. Also, poisonous mushroom spores fill the warm, thick air. Roll a 6 plus 3 poison. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, dude. Nasty. And now, this is also going to be nasty. We need to move 1, 2, 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And we're in a green circle room. Plus 1 fear, a zombie, and a campsite. We are looking for the campsite to ransack, so we're going to go ahead and do it. We gain a fear. There's a zombie in here as well. I'm so tempted to amulet. Yeah, I'm going to, because this is the last room of the level. I'm going to go ahead and amulet once per dungeon level before modifiers are added to an enemy. When a battle begins, you may avoid combat with an enemy. So we're going to avoid combat with the zombie, and we're going to go straight to the campsite. A ring of stones surrounds burnt logs and ashes. A leather bag rests nearby. We rolled a 3, so we gain 1 food, and that's going to bump our gluttony quest up to 4. Also, resolve the campsite or the hag site. We resolved the campsite, so let's roll for the ransack quest, and we rolled a 1, and we get a loot chest. We roll for the loot chest, rolled a 2, and we get plus 2 food, so we just completed the gluttony quest. That's cool, man. I don't know if I've ever completed a quest, and then it triggered the completion of another quest. So accumulate 5 food. We did. Let's go ahead and roll for glutton. We rolled a 1, a loot chest. Can you imagine if we get food? No, we got plus 2 food. Get out of here. It really is a glutton quest. It lived up to its name. We can't even pick it up. Damn, dude. That's such a shame. Such a shame. Before we leave the level, I'm going to eat 1 food to gain 1 stamina, and then I'm going to eat 2 food to gain 2 health. And the other 2 food, unfortunately, is going to go to waste because, of course, your stamina cannot go above your current poison level. So when we take a step to leave, that's going to spoil the food. And guys, we're going to level 5. Dungeon level 5. We're going the distance. We're going for speed, dudes. Let's see if we can freaking do this. We're getting very, very close. Win or lose, this is very, very close. Let's go ahead and take a step. We get our amulet back as well. Nice. Let's go into this green circle room. And what do we got here? We got a snake and a shop. I'm going to push my luck into a loot pouch. Okay. We rolled a 6 oil. Dude, you can't make it up. I get really lucky with oil. At least I'm lucky with something, right, guys? I'll take it. Okay. And there's also a granite dragon statue in the corner of the room, and it blasts searing hot flames from its mouth. So let's go ahead and roll. A 1, negative 3 HP, so 1 damage to the cloak, and then 2 damage to our toughness, so we don't take any damage to our hit points, thankfully. And then there is a shop in the room, and I am going to go ahead and use Pilfer and take 1 item for free from any shelf, and I'm just going to go ahead and take... Ooh. You know what? I'm actually going to take the Fear Elixir and remove 2 Fear. Yeah. Am I? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that just in case we happen to fight a boss that does fear damage, because we're already getting, we were getting dangerously close to losing the fear. We were only 3 fear away from losing the game, so now we're 5. So we got a little bit more of a cushion. Dude, Pilfer is insane, and we've got no gold. We've spent all of our gold, so we can't purchase anything else. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Yeah, Pilfer is absolutely nuts. It makes it to where you're just like, you're like searching for shops, which makes sense because you're a thief. You're like searching for merchants to steal from. Like, it's so thematic and cool. It's really, really neat. I love the thief class. I know I've said it a million times, but I really do. It's so fun. Okay, we'll get that nice and mixed. And let's keep on going, dude. Let's take a stepskis, and we're going to go over into this red diamond room. What do we have? We've got a dragonkin, and we've got a quest. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a shrine. An enemy and a shrine. Push my luck into a zombie, a hag, and an anvil. That is not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean, dude? Okay, well, let's go ahead and do it. A zombie. First up. It's the Hag's Widow. So we're going to have 5 modifier cards, guys. This is as gnarly as the enemies are going to get in classic mode of Crypt Crawler. 5 modifier cards. Yikes. He's got 4 speed even. He goes first. He needs 5 or better. Of course he does it, guys. The cloaks don't matter. He rolls 2 for damage. So 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. So we're going to block 3 of it and take 2. And the cloak is broken. The cloak is no more. But hey, we got lucky that we got 2 cloaks in one game. That was really good. We get to retaliate here. We need anything but a 1. And we roll a 5. Let's go. We do a 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. We ignore his toughness with our Elven Bow. 3 damage. He's got 3, 4, 5 health. So he goes down to 2. Okay. Goes down to 2. I'm going to try to conserve my stamina because we only have 3 left. The zombie attacks. He needs 4 or better now. He misses with a 3, thankfully, because he rolled a 6 for damage right there. We need a 2 or better. We hit him. 4 plus 1 is 5 damage. We take down the zombie. Let's freaking go, dude. We're going to gain 2 gold, 1 from the zombie and 1 from our pickpocket skill. And we get a pouch, a loot pouch. Let's see what we get. 6 oil. So insane. So insane, guys. Crazy. You see what I'm saying now, guys? You see what I'm saying now? We get so much oil. Okay, and there's also a hag as well. Is this the first hag that we fought this game? I think it is. I don't think we've run into any hags yet. Unless my memory is failing me. But I don't think we have. Okay, so we got a hag with 5 modifier cards here. And she's got 4, 6, 7 speed. She needs a 4 better. She hits us. 2, so she's doing 1 burn plus 1 plus 2. So we block the 2 damage. We take the 1 burn. And then at the start of our turn, we take 1 burn damage, and that ignores your toughness. So we drop down to 11. Let's go ahead and retaliate. We need anything but a 1. We roll a 3. 2 for damage. 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. And she's got 5, 7, 8, 9 health. So it's going to drop her down to 6. Like so. Dang, she's got a lot of HP, dude. That's insane. The hag attacks. She misses. We need 2 or better to hit. We hit her. We do 2 plus 1 is 3 damage. It's going to drop her from 6 down to 3. So 1 more hit and she'll be dead. She's got a couple arrows sticking out of her. She attacks. Ooh, she nails this dude. 5 for damage. So 1 fear and 2. We block the 2 damage, but we do take 1 fear. And we're going to retaliate here. We need anything but a 1. We hit her and we deal 5 damage to her and she is dead. We're going to gain 1 fragment. And we're going to gain 1 gold from our pickpocket skill. And also she drops a common loot. And it is 14. What is 14? Is that the quilted armor? Ooh, it's a spiked buckler. Very cool. It's an offhand item. It's a shield. It gives you 2 toughness, 0 armor class, has 2 durability. And when an enemy inflicts damage to you and reduces the durability of this armor, you inflict 1 damage to the enemy, ignoring their toughness. But our bow is two-handed, and I don't want to drop the bow, obviously, and have to use our starting weapon of the blade. I'd rather keep the bow, and we'll just drop the shield. That was a very cool item, though. There's also an anvil in the room, which we could use to repair armor, but we don't have any armor currently, so rip. Okay, let's take another step. With our freshly topped off lantern, we're going to go into this green circle room over this way. And we've got a rat. I'm going to push my luck. And here we go, guys. We found a shrine. There's an ooze and an oil, of course, more oil. There's an ooze, and you know what? I'm going to use the amulet to skip past the ooze. We're going to scoop up the oil. And there is a shrine, and we're going to combine all 5 fragments. And this is going to be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Roll the 2, so this is 1 and 2. We've got the green emerald soul crystal. And guys, we managed to do it on level 5. Let's see who we're fighting here. We've got blue, purple, and green. Blue. Oh, here we go, dudes. The frost giant. Blue, green, and purple. The frost giant. He's got 4 toughness. We got 2 interactions with blood altars. So instead of having 5, he's going to have 3 modifier cards. 1, 2, 3. So he gets +3 health. So his health goes up to 14. He didn't get any extra toughness, not like it matters because our bow would ignore it. He did get 1 extra strength. He got 1 extra speed, so he's up to 3 speed. It says whenever the frost giant rolls a 6 to inflict damage, so with the red die, you skip your next attack. He freezes you, essentially. Okay, the frost giant is faster. This is it, guys. This is the end of the road right here. He's going to get to attack first. He needs a 4 or better in order to hit us. He misses with a 1. I am going to drink my strength potion right out of the gate. You may discard this card to increase your strength by 1 until the end of a battle. So our strength is going to go from 1 up to 2 until the end of this battle. Put this here. There we go. And let's go ahead and attack with our elven bow, guys. This is it. We made it all the way to the end. Let's see if we could finish off strong here. We need a 4 or better. We rolled a 6. Let's go. We rolled a 4 for damage. So it's going to be 4 plus 2 is 6. And we ignore his toughness. And he's got 14 health. So he goes down to 8. Oh my goodness. Can we do this? Can we do this? It's looking really good. Because if we get one more good hit like that, we could spend our stamina and just finish him off. The frost giant retaliates. He needs 4 or better. He does hit us. He rolls a 2 for damage. So 2 plus 3 is 5 damage. Minus 2 is 3 damage, and we go down to 8. That's as low as we've been, I'm pretty sure. We retaliate. We need a 4 or better. We got it, and we roll a 3 for damage. So that's going to be 2 plus 2 is 4. That'll drop him down to 4. Okay, drop him down to 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. He goes from 8 down to 4. I was contemplating using a lucky coin to re-roll this damage die, but I'm just going to stick with this. I'd rather keep it in case we miss with the to hit roll. He's going to retaliate. The frost giant needs 4 or better to hit us. He misses. He would have wailed on us too. We're going to attack. We need 4 or better, guys. Can we do it 3 times in a row? Win 3 50-50s in a row? We can. Double 6s. 4 plus 2 is 6. And screw it. We're spending all 3 stamina just because we can. 9 damage. Get freaking destroyed. There we go, guys. The dwarf thief takes down the frost giant in Crypt Crawler Quest. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Amazing, dudes. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. We got really, really lucky that we won every 50-50 and killed him right there at the end. Super, super good, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, dudes. If you did, hit that thumbs up like button, hit the red subscribe button, and click the bell so you can stay notified every time I upload brand new videos. And I'll have plenty more videos of Crypt Crawler and other solo player tabletop games coming to the channel in the near future. And if you want to show some extra support and join as a channel member, you can hit that join button down below, and there's a couple tiers that you could pick from. That'll give you some cool perks depending on which one you pick, including some really sweet emojis that you can use that you may have seen some of the other commenters using on videos. So super, super cool stuff, guys. Absolutely love this game. Again, if you want to pick up your own copy of it and want to get in on the fun and crawl through the crypts yourself, check the description down below, and there'll be a link to the Crypt Crawler base game and Crypt Crawler Quest expansion. Remember, you need the base game in order to play with the expansion. It gets integrated into the base game. So be sure to check that out if that's something that you're interested in. And yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching, dudes. Until the next one, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.